Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
They got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Delegating commentary on the case.
Is that correct?
Dati mihi Anglican, please. Service weapon. Oh, for Trump's sake. I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Thanks.
Good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Sleeping in is such a wonderful thing. It's not overrated, I tell you. It's not overrated. Oh, good morning. It's good to see you all here today. How is everybody doing? Happy Tuesday to you. I think I've got everything pulled up that I need. Let's see. Look at that. First try. That's awesome. All right, it is Tuesday. We made it past Monday, which I wasn't sure we were going to do, honestly. I wasn't sure if we were going to make it past Monday, but here we are. We made it. I'm just a little bit, audio's a tiny bit off there. I was late for 2 reasons this morning. The first being that I may have had to do a little more cleanup on the counter, the kitchen counter. Don't need that. How about this? There we go. Did do a little cleanup on the kitchen counter because I still had all my electronics and stuff in the kitchen from last night. If you don't know, we did a little, just a simple live stream from the phone, vertical format, which is terrible. I thought I got it correct, but I did not. I need to figure out how to film from my phone in landscape mode. Anyway, I was looking at. Let's see. I wanted to show you something. First of all, I found a little court case with somebody we haven't seen in a while. But we'll see. I'll bring that to you in just a little bit. So
this is not Burger King.
No.
People do not get to have it their way.
No, they don't.
Shame on you, sir.
I know. It's all my fault. Did you find all the screws? I did. Well, yes, but I still have the wrong ones. Funny you should ask. Can I take a minute and just... I don't understand why the parts I ordered didn't work.
I saw a chicken fight.
Saw a chicken fighting. I need that whole audio. All right. Here's where we are today. Today in the Alex... Sorry, I said Alex. That's back from the Murdaugh days. It's funny because his name was Alex and he went by Alec. And now we've got Alec Baldwin, and I call him Alex. So it's, I guess it's gone full circle now. In the Alec Baldwin trial, we had some very spicy and entertaining and insightful motions argued, and also some bombs dropped right at the end that may have ended. It could have ended in a continuance and pushed this case out for another month or something. I think we have avoided all that, as long as this morning the defense turns in a motion to the judge that doesn't have any conditional statements in it. As long as they turn in a motion that basically says that they agree to what is happening, I think it's going to be good. Anyway, let's see. Hey. Anne is celebrating a birthday today, and we're going to sing to you this morning. Thank you, Sharon, for putting that together. Is jury selection going to be streamed? No, Florida Sun Life, I don't believe it is because it's taking place in a courtroom other than where all the cameras are set up. They're traveling to a different courtroom for jury selection, and that's all they're going to do. So I don't think we're going to get to see that, unfortunately. Let's see. Where are we with... Let's do the birthday thing first. Let's do the birthday thing. Anne, you've waited long enough. All these years for this very special moment. What we're going to do is we're going to sing to Anne this morning. If anyone else has a birthday, they need to say it right now, or else you're not going to get sung to unfortunately. Can someone tell me what the command is that says that's the worst thing I've ever heard?
I'd agree that everything you just said is one of the most horrible things I've ever heard.
Do you guys not have? I have a button for that. Do you guys not have that? Do I need to make a button for that? It's a long one. I'm hesitant to make long commands like that because they can get sort of intrusive. Okay, Ann, I don't see anyone else. Don't see anyone else who's on the birthday list, so we're going to sing to Ann. Join with me, all the dancers at the ready. I see you've all got your leotards and hula skirts on appropriately. They look great. Couple flamingo dresses.
Shame on you, sir.
Shame on you. Let's join with me in singing. I think I've got some voice left. To sing, you need to warm up. La 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 la. There we go. All right, we're warmed up, and now we're going to stand up, shoulder to shoulder, deep breath. Project your voice to the back of the room. Blend your voice with those of your neighbors to sound like just one collective choir. It'd be great. We're going to sing to Ann. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ann. Happy birthday to you. Flamingo dresses. I'm not sure if that's even a thing. Flamenco? I said flamingo. Is it flamenco? I think dancers kicking. That's all I know. So I didn't get out much as a kid. Anyway, and we realize this is your special day. There are a million places you could be, a million people you could be with, but you've chosen to be here with us. Thank you very much. Congratulations on surviving another year and then choosing to spend it with us. Hopefully we can we can make your day as you spend it with us a little bit better. So happy birthday. Even though the music will fade off, don't let the party stop. I give you authority and authorization to celebrate all week long as well. So I probably should have told you that yesterday because you missed out on Monday. But happy birthday, Ann. Congratulations. Is it not flamingo? Somebody tell me, is it flamenco? Don't make me Google this. I will Google this if I need to. And by the way, help yourself to free pancakes, either at Denny's or IHOP. One of the two probably will honor your birthday and give you a flamenco. Says Red Pen. Red Pen has never lied to me, ever. I can always trust whatever Red Pen says, and I also know that it's going to be spelled correctly and grammatically correct as well when Red Pen says it. Why? Because she has the red pen. She corrects. She's literally in charge of correcting everyone else's grammar on the internet. That is her job. Like full time when she's not here. That's what happens. So flamenco. Is that a thing? Is it a flamenco dress or is it a flamenco dancer? Flamenco? I'm the central scrutinizer. You do a good job. Well, it helps that you're always right, It's sort of qualification for the job. Britt Bottom says, journalism degree here, self-proclaimed grammar police. Nice. We've got two. Please feel free to correct me anytime I say something wrong. That'll keep you busy all day long. All right. I'm not gonna get between. I'm not gonna step into that one. All right. I wanted to show you something that just popped up this morning because I was surfing through some of the courts that we watch and some that we don't watch. It's a dress mostly worn in Spain. Worn mostly in Spain. Because if it's worn mostly, then it's partially not worn, and that brings up a whole new mental image than worn mostly in Spain. So Spain is the area where more people wear that dress than other places, I think is the correct way to say it. I need the grammar police. Yes. Dancers did a great job this morning with the dance, if I forgot to recognize that. Thank you, Nosy Rosie. The high kicks looked great. Let's see. Whenever I hear Ari singing happy birthday, it makes me happy, no matter what kind of day I'm having. You should have a birthday. Why not? I mean, if you can choose what kind of day you have a happy birthday. Flamingo is also the name for styrofoam in Danish. I was today years old when I learned that. I think that's the first Danish dish or Danishish. What is the possessive for Danish? It's just Danish. I was going to say, I think that's the first Danishish thing I've learned. The only other thing I know is like there's a little food that we call a Danish, but I don't think that's actually Danish. It's like saying French fries, and they're not French. But I'm smarter today because of this. Danishes. See, this is where my mind went, Greener. So I'm like, food. Yeah, the diet's going great, by the way. Thanks for asking. All right. Happy, merry, and birthday to the rest of us. It is a great morning. Before we just lose everybody who happened to accidentally stumble on the channel looking for true crime, let me bring to you a little Zoom court that we're just going to stick with for a couple minutes because I saw a familiar face. I did. Let's see what we got here.
Shame on you, sir.
So we're gonna go right here, and you guys, when you see it, call out who looks familiar. Some of you might recognize different people. If you recognize the defendant, okay, you don't have to call that out. It's all right. You don't have to out yourself and be like, "Hey, that's my homeboy." You don't have to do any of that. But where you recognize, or who you recognize, and where. So here we go. I'll help you out and put names on the screen. Anybody ring any bells yet? Or are we waiting for the judge? Oh, will it be Farag? No. Oh, it's her, Shannon. Yes, it's Shannon. This just barely happened moments ago in court. Shannon, connecting from home. I fully expect Shannon to have kids running around in the background. The way she described her home life, first of all, I can relate as a parent, and so we're gonna watch just for a little bit and see what happens with her case this morning. I've got my colors off on the camera. I can adjust it and make me look quite unpale if you'd like. It's a camera setting, but thanks for your concern. Appreciate that.
All right, what do you want to start with?
So we could start with Zoom and call the case of People v. Michael Perkins, case number 23S18862FG. Ms. Smith is on Zoom as well as her client, Mr. Perkins. It is date time for the status conference.
All right, well, what if anything are we doing?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I couldn't hear the court.
So we just called the case, and I was asking, what, if anything, are we doing today?
Your Honor, I know the court wants to make a decision on the prosecution's motion for special arrangements. That is still pending at this time. And right now, we're scheduled for jury selection on July 11th. I'm sorry, so in 2 days. I just want to make the court aware that on Sunday, I found out that the prosecution's expert recently caused the Michigan Supreme Court to stay a case the day literally before trial because they're requiring a Daubert hearing of that expert. It's the same expert the prosecution in this case intends to use. And now we have quite a big issue in front of us about Ms. Welke's testimony based on the fact that the Supreme Court is starting to stay other cases when the prosecution seeks to use her. When I found out they were going to use her, I found my own expert. I've notified the prosecutor of that. I'm getting him more information. But my fear is that we're going to need, I don't know how much time, but I think we need a little bit of time to sort through this Daubert issue. The last thing I want to have happen is have a trial be stayed on the night before we're beginning.
Mr. Butler.
He's in the courtroom.
So in regard to the motion for special arrangement, that was something that was originally on for today. However, we'll have to reschedule that because I know Ms. Smith did not get the motion in time, although we litigated it. We'll just put it back on the docket.
Future. I'm sorry, I didn't sing to you. Happy birthday. I'm so sorry, Mr. Birthday.
The way that it was framed by Ms. Smith kind of sounds a little bit odd. If you might get one flavor if you haven't been up to date on this, but it's nothing that the CSC expert did. It's a situation where the defense counsel had requested a stay. The Court of Appeals denied that, And then the Michigan Supreme Court did grant that. It was simply because of the Dauber hearing and the fact that one was requested, it was denied by the courts. The Court of Appeals supported that. And now the Michigan Supreme Court wants to take a closer look at that, with, of course, Viviano and Zara on their own little island dissenting in that stay.
They've been on their own island in quite a few cases lately.
They've been on their own island.
In fact, to Ms. Smith's point here, I think I just saw a case that came out yesterday, civil case, in which 5-2, the Supreme Court indicated that an Oakland County trial judge in the civil case was regarding expert testimony, where was a standard of care issue. And so an expert opined without any backing of it at all. The trial court threw that out. The Supreme Court said, oh no, you don't need that. So if anything, there seems to be a liberalization recently, at least on the civil side of expert testimony. But in any event, we digress. So
yeah, so anyways, I'm not sure that this would be a need to adjourn the jury selection scheduled in 2 days. Our case isn't scheduled for trial until September. Things can certainly work themselves out between now and then in that regard. So I would not support adjourning the
Your Honor, I have no problem coming to select a jury, but I'm letting the court know this is going to be an issue. I don't want to select a jury and have this court be upset if we cannot start trial with the jury we've selected because of this issue. I reached out to the lawyers who are representing the person in Sanilac County where everything got stayed. Miss Welke's summary of testimony is absolutely identical to the summary of testimony she's using in this case. And it's actually an identical summary I've seen her use in other cases. So it's not like there's some weird issue in that case where the testimony is unique or something different. It's the exact same proposed material. And that's the problem I see. And I just am not sure how, if we can get through a Daubert hearing and everything else fast enough to do a September date. And I'm just being honest with the court on that part of it.
So I appreciate all the concerns. This case has been hanging out there for some time. We've had jury selection dates that have been adjourned due to various scheduling issues with the attorneys. And I would like to keep this moving forward. What I would encourage the parties to do, though, is simply make sure that for selection on Thursday, that you have a list of potential witnesses, including your experts, and even what I might suggest backups, right? So for instance, this person at issue here, now her name escapes me already, maybe Mr. Butler, you have somebody else that you might have listed in her stead if need be. So,
well, the issue seems to be just bigger than specifically CSC expert Barbara Welke. It's anybody like her or like Tom Trell or whomever testifying about social sciences and children's behavior. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger issue, and it's been one that's been hitting the appellate courts for a little while. They made some decisions in Thorpe like a couple years ago, and in some of these other cases that have really changed the landscape on what we can do and can't do.
So what I'll do then, again, let's keep it on for Thursday. I'll leave it to the attorneys to manage that issue. I don't know, it's the court's role to tell you folks how to try your cases, other than the court is tasked with keeping cases moving in a timely fashion, and where that goes from there is something for the attorneys to consider, and appellate courts if they want to wade into it. So what we'll do is we'll stay on for Thursday. I'll see everybody Thursday. We'll take up that motion at a later date and time. We have plenty of time, and then we'll go from there.
Your Honor,
anything else from the people?
How's that? Is that better?
Ms. Smith, how about you?
I do have one other thing.
Nice.
Your court staff has been wonderful and very aware of this issue, and I'm going to be there with you on the 11th. Genesee County has a bench trial scheduled for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. And the court has not called back your staff or the court administrator, and no one will get back to you guys about what I'm supposed to be doing. And everyone knows this conflict exists.
Ooh, she's
I'm going to show up for my trial tomorrow, but I also understand from other attorneys that the judge on my case is actually retiring and intending not to finish my trial. So I think I'm showing up tomorrow to just end up having that trial be adjourned, but no one will say that to me or to your staff. So I'm just letting you know on Thursday morning, I may need you to call over there because they still haven't called you guys back so that I don't end up held in contempt for coming to.
Ms. Smith, I'll be happy to help you out. I thought Judge Sykes was already doing something to assist you with that.
No, he was trying to help me get the jury trial date, just find out the date so that I could make sure it worked out. And when we found out the date right away, I had your staff and the court administrator helping me deal with the Genesee County judge, who literally has not called their chambers. The judge has not called any of us back.
So we apparently have not had a response from Genesee County either. And I'm fairly comfortable in helping you out in any way we can. So don't hold me to this, but I thought I recall when we looked at this issue that our case is older in time. And if that's accurate, then I really don't have any heartburn about insisting that we need to move forward with our case being the older of the two.
I don't believe that our case is older, but that case is a bench trial and there's less prejudice to the defendant in that case, or the respondent father, because he has criminal matters pending and other things. So I think I'm going to show up tomorrow and find out the judge is not trying it anyway. So I don't think I'll have to do, but thank you. I appreciate that.
And if not, then I'll see you Thursday and we'll do what we can.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. You're all set.
Thank you.
All right. That's all we wanted to watch from that.
Yes, we call the case of People v. William Pickles.
So we're gonna bail on that. So I just saw Shannon Smith. For those that don't know, she was the Crumbly lawyer. She represented his mom, the shooter's mom, and during that trial, we counted as our counter. We counted how many times she said sorry, and she said sorry a ton of times, and we counted them. And then in her closing statement, she pointed out the fact that people on social media were counting how many times she said sorry. And so I actually didn't have direct contact with her, but I did speak with her friend who reached out to me. And because the plan was to get her on and do an interview, which she was okay with as long as certain things happened in the case. But the way things underwent and with appeals and everything else, it's now not the best option for her client, which is the right decision. So we're not, but I did find out that she thought it was absolutely hilarious that we were counting the sorries, and I was going to apologize to her in person, but I passed it on secondhand instead. A little hearsay apology for her. I think she'd appreciate that. Yes, that was a lot of fun. All right, it was approximately infinity number. Sorry. It was so many. Sorries. Anyway, so that's Shannon. We normally don't follow her because her primary clientele is accused of criminal acts that are very difficult for YouTube to watch. They're tough situations, usually some sexual criminal acts of some sort. So that's why we don't follow her just as a course of business. But I do think she's a great attorney in what she does. She has a very unique style and is not ashamed to just be who she is. But other than that, she does represent a very interesting segment of the population. Awful cases. All right. Whoa. Steve N., is it your birthday as well? So we have Ika and Steve N. today. Where's Steve? Steve, you were on with us last night, didn't say a thing. Who said it was your birthday? Did I read that wrong? And better yet, I know I'm late, but why are you late? We sang already. What happened? Where's your excuse? Steve N was messing. Okay. No, Steve lied. There we go. looks like we caught you in a lie, Steve. But it was great having you on the live stream last night. Well, we did a build. I think I was commenting. I did a live stream build of most of my audio box, which is a kit that I'm going to be taking around with me as I do different venues of, what do you call it? Audio production for corporations or churches or whatever. So let's see. As far as next thing, we don't have any Alec Baldwin video today. The next we'll start with openings apparently tomorrow morning, and we'll be following that trial live through the duration of it. Let's see. So we just went to 8th Circuit Judge Schaefer. Let me see if we have anybody else who's up in Fulton County. State all-purpose calendar. What's up here? Has anybody seen this?
Non-negotiated on any one case, they may do so. So the fact that they're alleging that this is inherently coercive, they absolutely have the right to proceed on a non-negotiated plea. They're choosing not to. And so I want to be real clear that this is not the state's fault for making a global recommendation. If the defense wishes to break that up and plea non-negotiated to any one charge, that is absolutely the defendant's right.
And I'm not going to make Ms. Shana speak if she doesn't wish to speak.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's
yes. Good morning, ma'am. Do you wish to speak or not? Like I said, I know that you said no in the chat, but if you want to address me this morning, I'm happy to hear from you.
Okay, sure. I would like to say.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
I absolutely agree with all the recommendations as far as the Covenant House and the supportive services, because he does need help. And I would just like to see him get the help that he needs. Like it was stated previously, he does have a voucher with Atlanta Housing Authority, and I hope that these charges don't prevent him from participating in the program, because it is a great opportunity. But as previously stated, he does have to want the help. So that's going to be totally up to him. But he does. I know Mr. Baker has been very supportive of him in the past. And I wholeheartedly believe that whatever he said he's going to do, he's going to do it in regards to Jaden. And I just hope that Jaden receives the help that's, offered to him. If you are, so kind to give him a signature bond so he can get out and go to the Covenant House and start to recover his life.
Okay. And as far as contact with you, do you have a preference? Do you want him to have no further contact at the present time or not?
Correct.
So no further contact at the present time?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Well, I'll put that as part of the bond requirements also, and to stay away from your residence at the present time. So if nothing further, thank you for being here or speaking again, Ms. Beebe. The court appreciates your input. Ms. Vigiletti, with the conditions of the Covenant House, I will change the good bonds to signature bonds through pretrial.
Sorry, I was doing some
level 2
counter stuff. This is also, not incredibly exciting, so we're going to bail on Fulton County.
That he'll go to the Covenant House, that he has to stay on any prescription medication.
We're going to bail on that one. We're gonna find another court that's a little more exciting. I did just fix the counter just so I could show you where we're at. It's right here. This is the latest and greatest up to the second on the judgment counter. Looks like interest is almost going to be straight 8s in just a moment. So I don't know if I want to watch for that. There's not a live. I don't have a live feed of this going at the moment. I'm not even sure if I can get it up and live before it turns into all 8s, which is going to be probably within, well, 800 seconds or so. 10 minutes, something like that. Anyway, that's where we are on the J-Hatch counter. I don't have it on the live stream right now, though. Almost 9 million in interest. It is crazy. It's going like crazy. Looks like my student loans, says Psychosaurus Rex. Yeah, it's crazy. Those are also crazy. Did you see what happened in Simpsons Not Therapy case? No. Did anyone see the end result? Let me see if he's still got it posted. Just 1 second here. Thank you. Mrs. R.A. just brought me a memory card. That's how I know she loves me. Tech is my love language. Let's see. We've got Judge Middleton. Let's go to Judge Middleton while we wait. And
for sometime in January, and
we haven't seen him in quite a while.
You failed to appear.
Covered it.
Then a warrant
What was the
issued.
result?
There's a lot of history in here. And you got arrested in June.
That's my chores for the week.
Well, then you didn't show up in March. Then you got arrested in June. And then we rescheduled it a couple of times. And then they went after your bonding company, and I don't exactly know, but you're here now.
That's all that matters, Judge. I'm
Where
here
are
now.
you living now? Are you on South Street?
Yeah.
And that's in Flowerfield?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you living there with?
Well, right now nobody's there right now. Her daughter comes every now and again, but she's actually in Florida.
Well, whose house is that?
Carol Doolittle. Well, my grandparents, they own the house.
Okay.
It's Carol Doolittle's house. Yeah.
And I don't know where you've been or what happened in between. I remember seeing you at Christmas time. I was the only judge here that week. And
he's still upset about
anyway,
having to
we're
work
going to
over
leave
the
this on
Christmas
for a
holidays.
preliminary examination.
I was the only judge here.
I think there was an offer of domestic violence second. Is that true, Mr. Marvin?
Nice. Yes, you're right. That was Shannon Smith. She was the Ethan Crumbly's mom's, Jennifer Crumbly's lawyer.
Let's talk about that for a minute, Ms. Stevens. You're charged with 2 counts of domestic violence as a fourth habitual offender.
Fourth habitual.
As a third domestic violence offense. So it's a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Because it is
in
a
Michigan,
felony,
that can be up to life in prison.
You're supplemented with your previous
habitual
convictions, making it punishable by up to life in prison. Mr. Marvin has agreed to dismiss all of those charges for a plea to domestic violence second offense. As far as I know, that offer has not been withdrawn. Your blood alcohol at the time of booking was 283 or something very high.
Whoa.
So
it's part fish.
If you don't have a clear recollection of it, it could even be a plea by no contest. So do you understand that there is an offer of a misdemeanor outstanding and the felony charges would be dismissed? Do you understand?
That's a heck of an offer.
Yes, I understand.
All right. And you wish to have your preliminary examination next week?
Yes.
All right. I will probably tell you this. If there is a preliminary examination, I suspect that he will withdraw the plea offer.
Judge is saying, think this one over. This looks like, on face value, this looks like a pretty good offer.
What are you doing now?
I'm sitting right here. Like as in.
Yeah. Are you working somewhere? Are you doing something?
What are you doing now?
Sorry.
Nothing, Judge. I'm just sitting here in your courtroom.
I do the cleaning, and then I should be starting part-time work at McDonald's. Just.
All right. Do you have a driver's license?
Yeah.
All right. Are you getting any mental health treatment or anything?
No.
Need that. You need that. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Okay, I don't know if we need to say that, but
next Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
If your arm was cut and you were bleeding, you would get help.
Will be the judge
if your head needs a little bit of work, you get help as well.
But he's certainly
very important.
Capable. I don't know what the answer is here, but we'll see. It's set for next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. You need to be here live.
I don't know why there's a huge disconnect.
And stay in contact with your lawyer.
And why questions? There's a stigma on it as well.
You're good to go.
It's not like I'm ashamed to tell somebody that I hit my finger with a hammer when I was building my bathroom. It happened. Does it need to be checked out? Probably. I need, if I hit it hard enough, I should go get an X-ray, make sure I didn't break my thumb or something. Okay. I'm not ashamed to be like, oh, I don't want to tell you I've got a hurt thumb. I don't want anyone to see. Injuries happen. Illnesses happen. Sicknesses happen. That's the whole nature of our bodies. They break. Okay, we're born with a sometimes mostly functioning one. They work variously for every different person. But during all of life, things need to be addressed, and our mental health is one of them. All right, off the soapbox.
Jeremy is here, Jeff. He's been here all morning. He's going to stay on for an exam.
Yeah, let's talk to him.
He's somewhere in the hallway.
All right. Ashley Williams.
That is Mr. Gibson.
Oh, okay. Have a seat, Ms. Williams. No, just sit down on a bench for a minute. Troy Heamstra.
He's the in custody plea, Your Honor.
All right. Well, let's dial him up.
Dial him up. The stigma and lack of respect for mental health is because you can't see it the way you can see a physical ailment. Yeah, it's the whole in basketball. Right, there's a saying where you say
Judge Middleton calling. Michelle would like to know if you could bring up
2 pizzas,
Joshua
maybe
Bates
a large Coke
for us. Oh. Excuse me, Troy Heamstra. Troy James Heamstra.
In basketball, they have this thing where they say no blood, no foul, right? So it doesn't matter how bad the offense was in basketball. If there's no injury, walk it off.
I used to blame Debbie Davis for that. Now I'll just blame you, Michelle.
That's fine with me. I'll take it all.
If anything, I'd be concerned about people
Debbie Davis wants me to
who have symptoms of needing help and choose not to, and be like, no, I don't want to because
Good morning. Are you Ashley?
No, you look bad
Williams?
not getting help.
Yes.
All right, I didn't get an update from Mr. Marvin on what this one is, so let's see where we are here. This is file 241088FY. Mr. Tim George was originally your attorney, and there was some sort of a conflict or other issue, so Mr. Paul Gibson is with you now. Let me pull this case up.
Readers, welcome. Let's see. I'm done with my rant. I'm gonna just move on as long as you don't get, as long as it doesn't get brought up again in a court case. But I will say that in addition to good qualified help, mental health help, it is incredible to have a good friend, somebody you can talk to, someone who understands that you're not perfect and you struggle with things, and they love you and accept you anyway. Everyone has one.
The allegation is
that if they don't have one, I hope you can be one to somebody, because that also helps.
June 24th, you did possess methamphetamine, and you made a false statement to a police officer in a crime investigation. So the first charge is a felony punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment. The second charge is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years. It's what's an old-fashioned high court misdemeanor. Mr. Gibson, what's the plea offer here?
Old-fashioned misdemeanor?
The plea offer is that the defendant would plead to reduce charge of use of methamphetamine and to reduce charge of attempted R&O, and then the 2 felonies would be dismissed. The defendant has 9 days jail credit, and Attorney Marvin did indicate to me that he said he would be okay with credit for time served, but we understand that that's not part of the plea agreement.
All right, I may need more information here.
He'd be okay with it, but it's not part of the plea agreement. I'd be okay with the charges being dropped, but it's not part of the
Ms.
plea
Williams,
agreement.
you were sitting in here just a minute ago when I went through the advice of rights with the last defendant. You understand you have those same rights?
Yes.
You're giving those up by entering this plea?
Yes.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No.
I promise you anything?
No.
All right, let's see what happened here.
And in regard to the charge of use of methamphetamine, the factual basis she will give for that is based upon her actual use of methamphetamine, not the possession route.
Okay. On that day, June 23rd, Ms. Williams, had you used some methamphetamine?
Yes.
No, I'm not sure. You were with Curtis Polly?
Josh Bates.
What?
Josh Bates.
I thought it said Curtis Polly was in there. I have a waiver on Josh Bates. Officers initiated a vehicle pursuit. Driver and passenger fled from the vehicle. Stopped you, and you said it was Curtis Polly, but the actual driver was Josh Bates?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Judge Simpson's in a break right now. We might jump to him next.
I show different addresses, a Sturgis address, a Ash Road address. Where are you now? Are you at Oakwood Drive?
No, I'm at 6037 West Street in Nottable.
Okay, sorry about that. I
And
was
it's
in the middle of doing
Box
something.
108.
I was doing something else, and she's just blurted out addresses. Yes, I know it's all on the court record, but I don't like airing them.
What are you doing now? Do you work someplace?
Yeah, Cottage Inn in Sturgis. Management.
Sturgis?
Very good. This appears to me to be wrong place, wrong time with the wrong people.
You have the wrong defendant, maybe?
Are you on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
Kathy, welcome. Thanks for jumping in and announcing, letting yourself be known.
Had a meth charge back in 01. Not sure what happened to that. I'm going to need some more information. Mr. Gibson, are you available on Monday, August 12th at 10:30?
Oh, Jonathan, this is no wig. This is his real hair. He rides a motorcycle like this.
Yes.
Look how fast that message got deleted, Steve. That's funny. Yeah, we don't put up with any complaining on our road trip.
All right, Ms. Williams, I'm going to get more information about this. Get the police report, see what's going on with Mr. Bates.
It's a small courtroom.
Monday.
I'll give him a minute
Right,
to see
I'll
what
see
else
you
comes
then.
up.
Don't get any more trouble between now and then.
Yeah, don't get in trouble.
Figure out what you're going to do.
Please stop getting in trouble. It makes it hard for the
if I give
court
you a test
to help
right
you.
now, would it be positive?
No, would not be.
All right, I'll probably test you that day. So I want it to be not positive then. Okay?
Judge is trying to help.
Yeah.
Want it to be not positive then. It gives the judge more options if you can
All
see
right,
that
need police report.
you're trying. You're working on it. John Travolta is her lawyer.
Yes.
And Easy, I just saw the similarities.
The other case that I had, the defendant, I believe, is going to be a no-show.
All right, well, let me take care of Mr. George's client from the jail, and we'll address yours.
He's like, Judge, can I go? Because my client's not going to show up. Can you just do a bench warrant, and then I'll be done for the day? Hello, sir. Looks like a mint-flavored candy cane.
Good morning, sir. Are you Troy Martin James Heamstra?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
I'm Judge Middleton. I'm here at the court. Your lawyer, Mr. Tim George, is here with me.
That's where he is.
Give me just a minute, Mr. Heamstra, to get my files straightened out here.
Yes, sir.
I think jail uniforms are chosen for two reasons. One, based on cost, because it's always the lowest bidder that fills any contract for the state. And two, you want something that will stand out in public that nobody else would wear. I don't know. I don't think it's actually a bad look. The thick horizontal stripes. It's not my look, but I don't think that, I mean, other than just being like a...
In this case, you're charged
plain
with...
style. I'd wear that, yeah. I'm saying it looks pretty good.
Resisting obstructing Officer Paulino Hernandez, which is a felony punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $2,000.
Officer Hernandez
You're
has
also
his own
charged with
laws.
stalking in a domestic relationship of Casey Fenwick. I believe there's a PPO in place.
Ooh.
Mr. Marvin indicated that you're going to plead to stalking and attempted resisting obstructing, and the PPO violation hearing that's set for tomorrow will be off. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Heamstra?
Yes, those would both be misdemeanors and non-violent
misdemeanors. Yep. Me too.
Yes.
Misdemeanor stalking. That's a 1 year misdemeanor. An attempt R&O is a 1 year misdemeanor. And dismiss PPO violation set for tomorrow in 24264 PP. All right, Mr. Heamstra, let's talk about this. By pleading to these charges, you're giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. George is here with you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they can be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you.
We're getting close
and
to
you
that
have the right to be presumed innocent.
The JH counter for interest.
Unless the prosecutor was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's take a look at this. You also had a show cause in front of Judge Stutzman on an old case. That's all resolved? You owed some money or something?
I guess so.
Okay, all right. We'll look into that too.
He's not ready to plea on
All
that
right. You got served a personal protection order, according to Paulino Hernandez's notes, on May 18th for violating, and then you got arrested on June 19th.
Close, guys. Here we go.
You were released, and you got arrested again on June 22nd. And tell me about that. Did you go back to the house that Casey Fenwick had?
Yes, she invited me back there. She continuously said that she wanted to work things out and just wanted me to get a job, get back to work and everything. And
even though the judge told you not to go there and the police officer told you not to go there, you went back then 3 days later?
Yeah, she was holding my wallet, my teeth, like all my belongings. I had no one, even my phone, I had no way to even contact anyone really to get somebody else to go there to get my stuff. You know what I mean?
So when the police came, you were there in the house?
Yeah.
And they said you were in the basement and you wouldn't come out of the basement?
We're going to go full screen on the J-Hatch counter so you can all get a screenshot. That's what it's all eights.
The old guy there, every time I got out, there was like another homeless person there smoking ice and doing whatever.
Smoking ice.
And
didn't know that was
all I remember is they gave me something. I took a shower. I got out of the shower. And someone said, "Run." I can't stand up in the second half of my house without hitting my head. I'm sure the officers have realized that also. And I turned around and went to run, whacked my head, stumbled down the basement, kind of woke up on the floor. It's pitch black, couldn't see anything.
That sounds like a bad dream, only it was reality for him. Oh, we still need audio on.
Scared, to be honest.
We'll keep
I didn't even realize what was going on until the officers.
So did they finally send the dog down to get you there?
No.
Well, they did
they came down with flashlights, and then I could see.
They got a search warrant and found you hiding under a table in the basement.
Yep, in the corner.
In the corner.
All right, that's probably enough for attempted resisting obstructing.
Yeah, I think that probably qualifies.
Where would you go if you got out?
Plan on just going to the shelter, either if there's a spot here or in Kalamazoo, or I wanted to get into a rehab because I'm not even upset about any of this. I'm grateful because I'm detoxed off of what I would call a legal drug dealer. They call the methadone clinic. Finally.
So you were on, when did you detox from meth during the methadone during this jail stay?
Yes, Your Honor. Which I'd also like to point out that 2 out of the 3 times that I got arrested on this whole PPO thing, Ms. Fenwick drove me and her to the methadone clinic in Kalamazoo to get our doses, which also gave us a take-home dose. And then right when we got
back, on methadone maintenance also?
Yes, Your Honor. And then I actually saved my dose and do them the way I'm supposed to, which every time I got arrested, 150 milligrams of methadone was left behind for whoever. It disappeared every time.
Somebody took my dose, Judge.
All right, well, there's more to this. She claims that you were threatening to kill her and burn the house down. You claim she was having you come over. You also claim you were riding together to the methadone clinic, and that has the ring of truth in it. So I need more information before the sentence.
The ring of truth. You have discovered the ring of truth.
I mean,
okay, here we go.
Just by our size difference, and
we're going to go full screen.
The police report
for all 8s.
How did she get out of the house if I was holding her?
Get your screenshots.
Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll get the police report, but I have a problem in where to put this for sentencing. Well, let's take a look.
Here we go.
This is scary. We have the PPO. The cops told you not to go there.
There it is. That was we were off by 0.02. We're off by 2 cents. 2 cents would have been the all 8s.
Which I also had messages on my phone. That was another reason I went back the last time, was because she also had my phone, like you said. And it had the message from her begging me to come back, but that disappeared.
I'm back. Does that help?
Tim, I'm not available till Monday, July 29th, which is 20 days from now, but it's more clean time. Is that agreeable, 11 o'clock?
I can do it that day.
I've heard of the
And Your
kernel
Honor,
of truth.
I don't know
but this is the
if we
real
could
truth.
get in contact with Lisa at the jail, and she's able to set up some type of rehab where the court allow an amendment to the bond to allow that to happen.
Yes, if you could.
Thank you.
That would be greatly appreciated, Your Honor.
Matt Harris, that takes me back. I've spent way too much time staring at screensavers.
All right, you'll be contacting Lisa?
Yes, sir.
How long were you at the Victory Clinic?
Since I started that in 2008, and before that, I was on Oxycontins due to my mom being a guinea pig on them when I was like 13. I've only had pretty much 1 year clean just since I was 13.
Did he say?
So I'm actually pretty excited
due
to
to my mom being
try
a
the
guinea
other half
pig?
of my life clean. You know, I haven't really had. I knew the whole time the only way I was going to ever get off of the methadone clinic. You've said it to me yourself, being in front of you with driving non suspended, which thanks to you, I have my license back.
Hey.
That the only way I was going to get off is to be forced off. So
That's true. They don't. 2008. Oh my gosh.
This is sad, but I'm not sure if he's
They have
ready
their
to get the
place
help
in
he
the
needs.
world, but it seems to me they don't ever detox anybody.
I've actually seen them tell people they couldn't detox, like turn them down from being able to detox.
Well, one of the truths, it's a wives' tale, but I asked a judge at the drug court conference, withdrawal from methadone is actually worse than withdrawal from heroin. But you need a little more clean time. And I want to know more about this stalking. You're right. You got your license back. You now detoxed. You're only 20 days clean. And my fear is the first thing you get out is either re-up or worse yet, buy some street drugs. And this is the time when people overdose and die. Because you've been clean for 20 days, you're detoxed, your tolerance is reduced. You go back and use at pre rates and it can be fatal. So I'm not just going to let you out until I know more information about all this. And we're going to look into some treatment.
That's fine with me, Your Honor. That's why I haven't even tried bonding out of here. I've kind of seen it as a divine intervention.
Well, you might be right.
He's
All
saying the
Mr.
right
Heamstra,
things.
You seem clear-headed here this morning. I'll talk to you in 20 days.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to go grab Mr. May real quick.
All right. You're good to go, sir.
20 days. He's probably a much different person right now than he was 20 days ago, which is amazing.
Hello, Mr. Truckee.
But addiction is so
Crystal
powerful.
Fry's here. She's executed a waiver. I'd like to get her on her way.
All right, let me finish with this one and we'll deal with her. And then we got Mr. George.
He's the sort of person I think that if he has a good support network and maybe a little bit more clean time under his belt, especially clean time
Good
that is
morning,
not
Mr.
forced.
How you doing, Mr. Middleton? Doing good. You and I go back a long
Like
ways.
supervised but not forced. I think he stands a chance. It seems like he sees the difference in his life with
You're
drugs.
charged in this case with possession of methamphetamine, possession of a firearm while prohibited because of felony, maintaining a drug house, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
At least he
You've
maintains
been
the
around
house.
long enough that you know that last one carries a 2-year prison sentence flat, preceding consecutive to anything else. So the matter is set next week for a preliminary examination. My understanding, Mr. May, is you wish to have a preliminary examination and see if the prosecutor can establish probable cause that a crime was committed. that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is a sweat case, Southwest Enforcement Team. And it's alleged that back in, it usually doesn't happen, June 13th, I actually signed a search warrant for this.
I'm sorry.
No one else was available, and they searched your place there at on the highway. I think Brianna May also got arrested that day. Anyway, you're here. Where are you staying now?
I am considered to be homeless. I have
silenced my phone.
Went to the county and let them know that I am homeless, that what areas that I stay in. But my mailing address is 303 Middle Street.
Something like that. 867-5309.
That's where I am at on that right there.
He's homeless, but he's got a mailing address. So
I thought that house was condemned. Is it empty?
It is condemned, but we're in the process of trying to have it fixed up. That's the reason why I had that money that day whenever they arrested me. That was my mother's money. We was on court that morning.
Okay, well, they don't tell me more about it. But
so they say he's running a drug house.
Somebody was supposed to be here this morning.
In a condemned house that he's trying to fix
Aisha
up.
Hunter, I think, who listed 303 Middle Street as her address.
I'm not gonna.
Anyway, are you on pretrial services with Melissa?
Yes.
All right.
Aisha, what? Hunter is on there, you know. Aisha.
I'm not sure who. One of the people I had this morning had listed 303 Middle Street as their address.
That's not right.
I'm not sure which one it was.
Is that in Three Rivers? What town are we in?
Anyway,
holy cow.
Set for prelim next Tuesday, July 16th at 1 o'clock. I don't know anything about this other than what I just read you on the complaint. Are you on parole or probation anywhere?
No, sir.
Let me show you just a little bit.
All right, very good. Next Tuesday at 1 o'clock, you're good to go.
Thank you.
The address that several clients or several defendants have listed. Let's see, it's box 2. Is this one right here? 2 boxes. Boom.
All right, Mr. Truckee, let's take your case.
That's the address they say they live at. The judge says, "I thought that house was condemned." He says, "I think it was." Wow. So he was arrested with a lot of cash on him. He says he was going to use the cash to fix up the house, even though it was condemned. Somehow he got the money from his mom or something like that. Maybe it might have been life insurance, but he got charged with running a drug house. I'm thinking the drug house story seems a little more believable than that would go for $750,000 in Cali. Looks good. Is it still available? Says Libby. Can you move it in today? It's got some land. It's got some some space around it.
It's unpaid fine on a retail fraud. He's been making payments, so we'll deal with that next week. All right, this defendant
needs work. As is. No low balls. I know what I've got. Yeah. Steve, you're
Crystal Fry?
You're going to have tenants.
Yes, this is Miss Crystal
Say
Fry.
tenants
She's
in air
executed a
quotes.
waiver of prelim.
All right, Miss Fry, let me take a look. Could you take your mask off so I can see you? Good morning. You're Crystal Ann Fry.
Yeah.
You're charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of another controlled substance. Shows your address is Ash Road. Is that still accurate?
Yes, but no at the same time. I actually live in Indiana. That's just my mom's address.
Yes, but no. Yeah, I think that was the cover photo for the Airbnb for that address.
Are you on bond right now in the circuit court on another case?
No. That's
Well, you got bond over in December on another drug charge. Is that case resolved, Mr. Truckee?
I had taken a misdemeanor for that.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's take a look.
Let me.
Ms. Fry indicates that was resolved with a misdemeanor.
Bound over to Circuit Court 12/26/23. You pled in front of Judge Stutzman? You have to speak your answer.
Yes,
Okay, and is that case done?
I believe so. I haven't received anything else about it. I took a misdemeanor for it.
All right, let me take a look.
Selena K, thanks for the gifted membership. While the judge researches this, let me just say we found a lady that runs a cleaning service that wanted to clean our Airbnb. We actually put it out on, I think it was on Facebook, and we got like 70 responses. And we found this lady, and she is absolutely amazing. She cleaned that place. It looks better than it has ever looked, ever. Just absolutely stunning, amazing. Made the beds, washed out all the linens, set the table. Everything that's out on the counter, like the coffee maker and the soap for the dish, for the sink, it's like feng shui. It's set up. You walk in and you're like, wow, and it's amazing. And she charges like exactly what we wanted to pay. I would probably pay her $50 more than that. Honestly, she does that good of a job, and she's super fast. And,
yes, you entered a plea in March. They gave you time served. And you're supposed to be making payments.
I'm getting texts of the
You have
counter.
a show cause. Apparently you didn't make your payment. If I were you, I would stop upstairs and find out from the clerk. You might have missed a hearing with Judge Stutzman. At any rate, this matter is a waiver, which we'll find.
Let me just say, not only is it clean, but like the carpets have been vacuumed, so it has that little triangular pattern, and there are no footsteps on it. It looks like
your next hearing will be a status conference in circuit court. And are you employed or anything now?
Yeah, I start on the 16th for a construction business.
All right. This doesn't look good here, but you're good to go. I would recommend you go up to circuit court and find out talk to the clerk.
I have something, I just got something in the mail for 8/24.
All right, then that's it. They sent it certified mail.
Okay.
Okay, you're good to go then.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Give me a call.
Lawrence?
Morning, sir.
So the cleaning, the cleaner lady, she actually lives in the town over from us. So she just cleans locally. And she is absolutely amazing. We charge $100 for a cleaning fee. So you stay for 3 nights. Actually, I think our Airbnb is, I think it's $80 a night to rent it. And then there's a $100 cleaning fee for the whole stay. So if you stay for a month, it's a $100 cleaning fee. If you stay for a day, it's a $100 cleaning fee. Most people don't stay for a day. but we have to clean it either way.
Give me just a
and that's
minute,
what she charges.
Russ.
She charges
Mr.
$100.
Marvin sent me an
And I
email.
think she did the whole thing in about an hour and a half. I mean, she was done so fast. She started the
Some
laundry,
Use of meth, Brianna May.
cleaned the
use
whole
of
place, and was done before the laundry was done. So she had to come back and do the laundry. It was amazing. No, the vacuum lines have to be in a completely plaid pattern. No, I love the triangles. The triangles are they're my jam.
Lawrence, are you Lawrence Dwayne Wilson? Yes,
We are doing the Canton Select meeting tonight. Yes, that starts at 7 o'clock. We'll be on a little bit earlier than that, but we are live streaming that portion of the meeting. I think there will be some at least 15 minutes of public comment we really want to hear, and then there might be some fireworks afterwards. So.
This is file number 24896FY, People versus Lawrence James Widdowson. Defendant is charged with possession of methamphetamine, which is a very common offense around here.
Sadly. All right, it looks like we're doing more drug court. Let's see if we can get back to Judge Simpson really quickly. See if he's back in service. Ooh, Judge Boyd is. That's tempting. Let's see, Judge Simpson is live. All right. Oh, nope. He's in a break. Did he just go on another break? Did I miss him again? No, he's in a break for a while. He should be live again in moments. It's preliminary examination docket Thursday no. Is that the right one? It's not Thursday. It's Tuesday. Okay, we're going to stick with Judge Simpson in the background for when he does pop back up, because I think he's way past due. It's 25 after the hour. He's been in break for about 20 minutes. So we don't know the ending of yesterday's case with the insurance. We heard that the judge didn't believe it. He didn't buy it. He determined it was fake. Not that it didn't happen, but it wasn't legitimate treatment, meaning it wasn't a licensed professional that offered it. And so I think that's the outcome we got. Oh, there's that sugar. I've since I stopped drinking Mountain Dew, I've also really cut back my sugar. I guess, it's a sugar addiction. And so yesterday when I got all the electronic parts ordered to my house, and let's do a super source so you can see. Let's do $2. There we go. Sorry, I completely messed this one up. There we go. Now we're watching. We're watching the judge and me.
You want to call Wheaton first? It's going to be a waiver.
Seriously, I was about to explain to you. I ordered something from Sweetwater, and they send me this.
All right.
Sweetwater on it. It's a thank you.
14-day District Court of County in Washington State of Michigan is now back in session. The
has
Honorable
candy inside. It's got three bit of honey and Tootsie Roll and 2 rolls of Smarties. I'm trying not to eat it.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Good. How are you? Raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear the information contained in search warrants and affidavit is true to the best of your knowledge, information, belief?
This sounds like their business model. Now they're just almost all guitars, but they still have some leftover candy.
Hello. No, I'll wait. Wow.
You're doing so good.
There's probably a big stamp on the front there. All right. Sure. Take care. Yeah. Stay safe.
Court
does call the case of the people versus Wheaton Mather.
Fix the audio here.
Morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Mr. Mathers coming up to the podium.
Wheaton Eli Mather. Okay.
Your Honor, we're going to be waiving the preliminary examination today.
All right. Is that correct, sir? Yes, sir. You understand the preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them. Yes, sir. And you understand that you will not have that hearing and that you'll proceed to circuit court for further proceeding. Yes, sir. People also waive the right. Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on count 1 with 2 and 3 following. Mr. Green.
Your Honor, I ask the court to please waive reading. Mr. Mather continue to not guilty plea, ask for a pretrial date, and then I just have one request related to bond, if I may.
And then having waived formal reading, standing mute, the court will enter a not guilty plea as to all 3 charges. Pretrial in this matter will be set for
August 21st at 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
21st.
Yes.
August 21st, 2024, 1:30, Judge Conlon. As to bond.
Mr. Mather is hoping that the court would allow him to transfer the drug testing to Jackson County, where he lives. It's very difficult for him to get here. He doesn't have transportation, and it's a once-a-week drug testing. So it'd make life a lot easier.
Has he updated his address with the court?
Doesn't feel like it based on the court's reaction.
I don't
directly do that.
Well, I don't know.
You. What's up? May I address you? Yeah, what's up? You got no interest? The reason for that is just temporary housing, like a permanent address is very hard.
Yeah, we've got it.
He says he's in temporary housing. He says permanent housing is very difficult for him to come by, Your Honor.
That is unfortunately a very sad story that is echoed all across the country. Housing is ridiculously expensive. I don't know how my kids are going to start life.
So bond will continue. Defendant is approved to test at an approved facility in Jackson. So you'll have to speak with community corrections. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You'll make sure that you have to sign whatever facility it is. They sign a release so that the results get to our community corrections. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go over there today. Just over here.
Amber, please tell me you accidentally hit the 3 key twice.
Yes.
233 page. We could read that today. I could do 233 pages in a day.
Yeah, but you her I did not answer.
Let's do that. Okay.
So I'm just having stuff on my own.
Probation violation.
With finger puppets.
Us and all our spur of the moment updates.
I know you guys were hoping I'd run an exam this morning,
So I'll be,
but
I won't be holding on Antoine Pitts.
No, I was looking forward to hearing from Miss Hughes now. All right.
On the weekend matter, they wait. So she doesn't.
Oh. You're more than welcome to stay though, Mr. Gate.
I was ready.
All right. This is going to be a remand down.
You guys up for a long reading?
We'll call it sometime today. Court does call the case. People versus Antoine Pitts.
Nicole, who's on behalf of us.
good morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Mr. Pitts. Mr. Pitts, please say your name.
Antoine Pitts, ANTJUAUAN.
Thank you.
I'm going to dismiss the felonies. Just continue with the misdemeanors. A slight change of law.
And at this time, the people are not able to proceed on count 1, count 2, and count 3 of the particular motion to remand on the misdemeanor domestic violence count 4.
Please don't.
I move to dismiss on the counts the prosecution is unable to proceed on.
All right. Counts 1, 2, and 3 are dismissed. Defendant's not guilty plea will continue as to count
Communication
4.
whispered into the microphone like this. Sorry.
At a pretrial, that's So one case.
Yes, July 22nd, 1 p.m.
We've got some documents.
July 22nd, 2024, 1 p.m. And that's before me. For pre-trial.
Pre-trial.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
233 pages in ASMR.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Greeners just sent me a document. Is there something in Sarah Boone? Whoa. Greeners, here's me actually pulling up the document myself instead of looking at your email. It's just I have reflex. I can pull it up quicker. There is evidence control sheet. We have a receipt. We have a receipt that was provided to the court.
Thank you.
Let me show you what we've got. We'll do a split
It was
screen.
this one, I got it. Like a foot. All right. Good one. Stand water,
Court does call the case. People, State of Michigan versus Matthew Bailey. All right.
No,
Thank you, Your
New Sarah Boone document. It's not anything spicy, but
Assistant Public Defender Odetella on behalf of Bailey, who was seated, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. All right. Nice man.
Your Honor, today we'll be proceeding to preliminary exam.
All right.
I'm going to ask Deputy Zeal to come into the courtroom and remain in the courtroom as the officer in charge, and then Deputy Croyton will be my witness, and I do not have any other witnesses present in the courtroom.
ooh, we finally get to
Very
proceed.
good.
Preliminary hearing.
All right.
This is just a receipt showing that the court will reach out to the jail to figure out how to deliver the defendant, and will provide with order to release the boxes, and then they have the 2 boxes of discovery that will go to Sarah Boone. That's all the document is. But the
Thank you. Have a great day, your staff.
she has what she needs now.
People will start by calling Deputy Croyton.
All right. Come forward. Be sworn.
That happened that just got filed today. But it's dated the 28th.
Swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. See, state spelling your first and last name for the record, please. Austin R-T-R-U-T-H.
All right. You may inquire.
Deputy, where are you currently employed?
Washington County Sheriff's Office.
In what capacity? For how long have you been employed as such?
4.5 months.
Were you working in your capacity as a Washington County Sheriff's Deputy on May 25th, 2024? Were you working at approximately 20:45 hours? On that date and time, were you working in the area of 2881 International Drive, Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, Michigan? Was there a specific apartment located at that address that you were dispatched to?
Yes. Apartment 1931 Bravo that we were dispatched to. Initially, it was reported as 1931 Charlie, but we were able to locate that problem.
Did you have the opportunity to arrive at the appropriate apartment? When you were at the appropriate apartment, did you make contact with anyone?
We did make contact with Mrs. Sarah Leary.
While you were interacting with Miss Leary, did you have the opportunity to observe her demeanor?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
You may.
So Amber, I've got the 12-page one I'm looking at. We have some Young Thug documents is what's going on. So while the judge is talking, I'm just prepping to see what we have here. See if we want to read what amounts to 245 pages of filings. Ooh, it broadens the recusal request. I'm just glancing through.
I apologize, Your Honor.
No, it's okay.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do a read because we have no court to watch today. We're about to start the Alec Baldwin trial tomorrow. We do have so it's a quiet court hopping day. I've warm tea before. I've got 3 bottles of water. They're the last 3 bottles of water in the house. Might need to Uber me some more. What I can DoorDash that, I think. And Amber points out that these are courtesy of Thugger Daily on Twitter. Wow. My burner phone and mod chat is got all sorts of screenshots of the Maya counter at 888-888-886. Cool. It's a supplemental recusal motion. It's massive. Massive. We've got 12 pages and then 233 pages.
Correct.
Okay, I apologize, Your Honor.
Yeah.
As I started taking the deputy's testimony, I realized this was a phone interview with the defendant, not an in-person interview with the defendant. So I don't have an identification witness today. So at this point, I'm not able to proceed further on count 1, and I have to motion to remand on count 2.
Oh.
I apologize, and I apologize to the deputies. I spent most of your time this morning getting you guys stressed and prepped. I should have recognized that.
Mr. Gutierrez, you have any objection to that?
Your Honor, we make a motion to dismiss the entire case.
On what basis? I know Mr. Odetella told you to do that, but now you got to put the basis. Put you up there to say it, but go ahead.
No, on the basis that
Today's
the only
the date
witness
time.
here today would present hearsay. The complaining witness is not here. We don't have evidence to show that my client committed either offense in this case.
But wouldn't that,
Shame on you, sir.
it's a misdemeanor case, so isn't that something for the trial court to deal with at the misdemeanor level?
You think so, Your Honor?
I do. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So count 1
She
is
tried to get it
dismissed.
both
You may
dismissed.
step down, sir. Count 1 is dismissed. The case is remanded to the 14B District Court.
That was a prosecutor mess
Defendant's
up.
not guilty plea will continue as to count 2.
Prosecutor messed up, forgot to get a witness, didn't realize that she had a phone interview instead of a
I'll set
in-person interview.
pretrial in that case for
July 22nd at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
July 22nd, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
We are going to do a new thumbnail.
And I mean,
I'm
I
getting
have-
ready to build it right now.
Oh, tell her to say that. All right. Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. So with the felony out of the way, we have nearly a misdemeanor case now. My client was previously working at Sweet Green and has been in communication with them.
Working where?
Sweet Green, I believe on Washington.
Okay.
And he
Sweet
claims to be
Green.
back there, returning to work.
What did
He
they
has no
sell?
objection to a tether if necessary, but I don't believe there's allegations that he's tried to contact a complaining witness in this case. My client is a proud father. He's got 3 kids. There's no parenting time order, but he does see them often and hopes to be even more involved in their lives now that their mother has been unfortunately diagnosed with cancer. So to get back to work, help provide for his family. And again, now that the felony is gone, we just have a misdemeanor. Yeah, I consider releasing him on a personal bond.
So he has a separate address.
I believe his address on Aqua Lane with his sister.
Baldwin will be on
Okay.
trial tomorrow. That's when it starts. Today is jury selection.
Any
It's not being
response on
shown.
The
To
defendant
my
has
knowledge.
2 holds. traffic hold from Livonia, traffic hold from Canton. Looks like he has to post $730 cash on those files.
That was a
before he
weed
could be
shot.
released.
Sorry.
Either of those are Washtenaw County cases. In regard to the tether, if the court is to release him, I am requesting a GPS tether for the victim's address on International Drive. As you can see, Your Honor, the victim is not here. I do have concerns, although I don't have evidence to present to the court regarding those concerns, but I do have concerns after my office was in contact her about the continuation of this relationship.
So this defendant is really just hit the jackpot today. The prosecutor forgot to get a key witness to lay foundation needed to proceed on the felony charge. Now there's just a misdemeanor left. They tried to get that dismissed. Unfortunately, the judge says, no, that's not going to be so easy. Now they're addressing bond. Now that the felony issue's out of the way, there's just a misdemeanor holding him and a couple traffic tickets. So he's he's really doing well so far with the felony. Just disappeared at the last minute through no fault of his own. Probably might be guilty of it. It's fine, but the state wasn't ready. They may be able to refile charges. We have on the phone. We're gonna cut away from this.
What I'm going to do.
Hang on.
I'll reduce the defendant's bond to a $25,000 personal recognizance bond. All of the
for a
previous
misdemeanor?
conditions you understand still are in place. You understand that? You understand that you're to have no contact as a direct or indirect with Miss Leary. You understand that? Are the children that you spoke of, counsel, are those children in common with her?
No, Your Honor.
These are other, okay. So you have no contact with Miss Leary. You are not to go to the address of the 2881 International Drive. All right. You're not to be anywhere around that complex. You understand that?
Okay. All right. We're going to bail on the judge really quickly. We've got Amber on the phone. Amber, I am preparing to read, I think this is a technical term, a butt ton of of court documents. What in the world? You sent me 245 pages of court documents.
I did. Side note, you didn't see my comment to you, my 2 comments to you to take me offline when I called in. It's all good.
Hold, please. Do you need to be offline?
It's all good. No, you're good.
Can you reword it so that it's YouTube friendly?
Oh, it wasn't anything not YouTube friendly. So the first document I sent you of like the 11 or 12 pages.
Yeah.
Those pages are within the 233.
So what you're saying is I don't have to read it twice. Just the 233 will cover it.
Right.
So that cuts 12 pages. Well, that makes it lots easier. That changes my day entirely. I was really worried about those last 12.
What I did was I got to Anthony and and as Thugger Daily was posting pages, I was literally grabbing pages to put into a PDF. And then he posts a link with the entire motion of 233 pages. I said, well, I guess these initial pages he posted is what's really new, because in all reality, a lot of that 233 pages is probably stuff that we've already read.
Yeah, and there are going to be exhibits and things, and towards the end of the document, we tend to scroll a lot faster just because you've got affidavits and things that are just they go quicker.
Right.
So.
All right. My toddler's in the room, so before he starts screaming and hollering, I'm going to hang up now. Have a good day, everybody.
All right, we'll see you. Bye, Amber. Thank you, I guess. All right. Amber sent me a massive document. We're going to read it because we can. It's today. Let's see. RA so ungrateful with Amber's reduction of 12 pages. Yeah, 12 pages is a lot to read. 233 is a lot more. But I will tell you this. I'm not going to say we're going to read every word for word of this. There might be parts that we skip, especially when it starts getting redundant with case law, citations, things like that. We're going to be skipping that. This is not like a Sarah Boone letter where we try to interpret every word and punctuation mark. I have water nearby, but I need to build the thumbnail here. What do we call this? Butt ton of documents dumped in young thug case. Is that incorrect to use? Isn't a metric butt ton? I kid you not. I'm not joking. Isn't that actually a measurement? A butt ton? Is the butt ton the same as a megapoint? Okay. Let's try this. I apologize in advance. Hey Siri, define butt ton.
Which word? B-U-T or?
Hey Siri, define butt ton.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I swear this is a measurement. Maybe Google knows. Siri is not playing. Oh, it's just butt. According to those folks, a butt is 108 imperial gallons. It's also half of a ton, which is 216 gallons. A third of a ton, 72, is a puncheon, and a third of that is a tierce. Half of a butt, 54 gallons, is called a hogshead. So it's a unit. It's a liquid unit of measurement. A ton is equal to 2 butts. This is good. This is good math stuff, guys. A butt is a unit of measurement that was used in the imperial system before measurements were standardized. It is half of a ton, T-U-N, not T-O-N, another English unit of liquid volume used to measure wine, oil, or honey. A butt is roughly equivalent to 108 imperial gallons, which is 130 U.S. gallons, or 491 liters, for ale, and 126 imperial gallons, or 151 U.S. gallons, which is 573 liters, for wine. Why the measurement is different for ale or wine, I have no idea. But a ton is equal to 2 butts. So, Young Thug Butt Ton Document Dump. Is that going to be the new title? Will people find it from that? Yes. Can I ask for a butt ton of honey? It's a lot of megapints. How many megapints can you pour from a butt ton? All right. Anyway, I digress. Let's... give me a second to get this put together. We're going to do... Okay. Young Thug. Let's see. Massive.
Shame on you, sir.
Recusal. Sorry. That's well deserved. And just say huge, because massive is just too big of a word. And huge has the same ring.
The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
Huge recusal filing. Huge judge recusal. There we go. In young Thug case.
I'm not a camel.
I'm going to say, it's going to have a little Easter egg on this. It's going to say, yeah, it's going to have an Easter. Hey, somebody's calling. I don't know who this is. Hello, this is Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Hold, please. Okay. Father-in-law called. Remind me to remind Jen to call her dad. All right. All right. Huge judge recusal filing in Young Thug case. And it has a little Easter egg on there that says, well, you're going to have to see it. It's funny. It's funny. Compress. Download. So we're going to make a new live stream. What we're going to do is instead of jumping from court to court, hoping that There's some spicy action. We're going to read to you some Young Thug filing paperwork, which is, it expands the scope of the recusal request in the Young Thug case. I saw a chicken fight. Let's see. So hold 1 second. I'll make the portal. Schedule stream.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
This is not Burger King. People do not get to have it their way.
I need like WD-40 on my chair. It's becoming squeaky. Let's see. There we go. Change the thumbnail.
There's a lawsuit.
Visibility. We'll start this at 11, so we've got a couple minute break. Okay, it's open, so the thumbnail, you can be first in chat right now. Have you missed anything this morning? Braxton, we are about to start a read-through on a separate list. I need to update the commands list. I do. But some of them are like secret codes that only, you know, the people that have been here a long time know. Greeners was first in chat, as always. Wonderful, good job, Greeners. Okay, now I can go back and wrap this one. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Ready? We'll make an official announcement and close this one out. I don't know who won. All right. We have just received the latest filing in the Young Thug case. The Young Thug is the case where the lawyers have accused the judge of improper judicial actions and are asking for him to be removed from the case. That filing was already noticed, and then supplemental to that filing, they've given us all the details, and they've expanded the filing as well. So we're going to read through what actually is 233 pages of this dirt on this judge and all the happenings that have happened in this court that led to this moment, as that court is currently on hold. It's on hiatus until this decision is made of whether or not they're going to recuse this judge and who would it go to. That's going to be addressed here as well. So we're gonna come back with that. We've got a portal open already for that. We're not missing anything from the Alec Baldwin trial because they're on jury selection right now, so don't worry about that. This will fill our time today. Tonight, we also have the Canton Select Board meeting. We'll go live for that at about probably 6:30, which is going to be spicy as well. So tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again in 4 minutes. 4 minutes right here. We'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye. Sure if I properly thanked Golden Girl for being first in chat today. Golden Girl, I apologize if I left that out. You have the internet for the next 2 minutes, and then it's Greeners. We'll see you. Thank you very much, Golden Girl.